In recent years, the term cancel culture has become a fixture in public discourse. Originally intended as a form of collective accountability, where the public calls out harmful behavior, it has increasingly devolved into a reactionary spectacle that often undermines the very ideals it claims to uphold. Rather than fostering genuine understanding or change, cancel culture frequently resembles a digital mob, making it more of a cultural punchline than a meaningful tool for justice. 1. Lack of due process. One of the greatest flaws of cancel culture is its disregard for nuance and fairness. Social media platforms encourage quick judgments based on limited information. Complex situations are reduced to viral hashtags and trending topics, leaving no room for investigation or context. People can lose careers, reputations, and personal relationships within hours, long before any objective assessment of the facts occurs. This rush to judgment mimics a public trial without the safeguards of a legal system. 2. Performative outrage. Cancel culture often thrives on performance rather than principle. Outrage becomes a form of social currency, where users compete to appear the most morally virtuous. In many cases, the goal shifts from addressing harmful behavior to gaining likes, shares, and followers. This performative dynamic dilutes serious issues, turning what should be thoughtful dialogue into entertainment. 3. No path to redemption. True accountability should allow for growth and change. Yet cancel culture rarely offers a path to forgiveness. Even when individuals apologize, learn, or make amends, they remain branded by their past mistakes. This creates a chilling effect. Instead of encouraging reflection, it teaches people to hide their flaws or double down out of resentment. 4. Collateral damage. The consequences of cancel culture extend beyond the individuals targeted. Families, coworkers, and entire communities can suffer reputational harm or financial loss because of guilt by association. Moreover, the constant fear of being canceled discourages open dialogue, making people hesitant to ask questions or explore challenging ideas, ironically stifling the very progress activists hope to achieve. While holding people accountable for harmful actions is important, cancel culture has morphed into an unproductive and often destructive practice. Its lack of due process, focus on performative outrage, refusal to allow redemption, and widespread collateral damage reduce it to little more than a public spectacle. If society truly values justice and growth, it must replace cancel culture with thoughtful engagement, education, and restorative practices. Until then, cancel culture remains, at best, a misguided fad, and at worst, a complete and utter joke.
In defense of Clara Dao. The controversy surrounding Clara Dao reflects how quickly online criticism can spiral out of proportion and cause real harm. Based on the available facts, Clara Dao does not deserve the backlash she has received, and the people who misrepresented her intentions owe her a public apology. 1. Clear disclaimers and responsible content. Clara Dao explicitly stated in her video that it was not intended for minors. She shared personal habits and experiences, not prescriptive advice. Creators cannot control whether minors misrepresent their age or ignore such disclaimers. Holding Clara responsible for viewers who deliberately bypass her warnings is unreasonable and unfair. 2. Personal narrative, not promotion. At no point did Clara encourage harmful behaviors. Her content was a personal narrative about her own lifestyle and health choices. Sharing personal habits is fundamentally different from promoting disordered behavior. Misinterpreting her story as advocacy for unhealthy practices requires stripping her words of their context. 3. Unbalanced criticism and emotional impact. The harsh commentary directed at Clara, especially framing her as a danger to children, magnified this situation beyond its facts. Being publicly accused of encouraging harmful conduct can be deeply distressing, and Clara's visible emotional response shows the very real personal toll of this disproportionate criticism. Content creators are human, they deserve empathy and fair treatment. 4. Double standards in public discourse. Critics like Coco Crazy have defended other artists by asserting that creators cannot be babysitters for every young viewer. That same principle applies to Clara Dao. It is inconsistent to defend one creator on those grounds while condemning Clara for something beyond her control. Clara Dao acted responsibly by adding clear disclaimers and by sharing a personal, non-instructional video. The backlash she endured, culminating in public distress and tears, was unwarranted. Those who mischaracterized her intentions and spread negative assumptions owe her an apology, not only for the harm done to her reputation but for the emotional strain inflicted on someone who was simply sharing her own experience.
Clara Dao was stating a fact that proportions in Vietnam are smaller compared to American proportion. Asian beauty standards are toxic. In Western standard, Clara may look weak and fragile, but in Asia, very skinny bodies like her are seen ideal, and fat shaming is very common there. For example, let's take example of Taylor Swift, Ava Max, and Dua Lipa. To us, their bodies are seen perfect, but in certain parts of Asia, they will be called fat. Their diet culture is very toxic. Just imagine growing up in a country with such toxic beauty standards. Clara Dao also suggested multiple books she has read, and she showed those. If you all just take some time to at least read one of those, which I highly doubt you all would, maybe you all may learn to think. She also mentioned how in hunter and gatherer days our ancestors were more active and actively searched for food and had to endure harsh conditions which made them stronger and more active. To which a commentator's response was, "Girl, our ancestors didn't used to live longer and die very early." I have never read such a brain-dead statement before, I am sorry, but it clearly shows you graduated from the Walmart toilet. Then again, your education system sucks, so I truly feel bad for you. Time for a little history lesson. Our ancestors were killing giant fucking mammoths with spears. They had denser bones and muscles. They had better vision than us. Their brains were larger than ours. Their bodies were highly adaptable to extreme weather conditions and harsh environments, from extreme cold to extreme heat. And people underestimate how tough a human body is. Also, our ancestors are also the reason why half of different animal species are extinct. Keep that in mind. In the next segment of In Defense of Clara Dao, I am going to be showing some clips from her own video for 2 reasons. 1. To make her look good. Yes, if you people can take her clips out of context and call her disgusting, I will be doing the opposite and make her look good. Not just good, but amazing. And, by the way, people who threw around the word disgusting, projection much. 2. Because I know majority of you are too lazy and slow to actually watch the video, analyze it, and truly focus and listen what she is saying. But don't worry, I know majority of you are attention deficit. So here we go.
I want to have a disclaimer that this video is not for people who have eating disorder, it's not for people who have unhealthy relationship with food. I don't eat when I'm not hungry. In our hunter-gatherer day, which is like hundreds of thousands of years ago, we didn't have food lying around. We didn't have an abundance of food. We had to actually work really hard to find the food. A lot about this I have learned and educated myself a lot about health and fitness and nutrition, so I can speak about this with confidence that like this is healthy. And I'm not advocating for starving yourself. I'm not advocating for restrictive eating of food, and I have very healthy relationship with food. I don't restrict myself when it comes to eating. I eat very intuitively, and I think that when I only eat when I'm like truly hungry, it gives me so much satisfaction when I eat the food that I want. Because like one day I'm just like, I really crave pizza, or like I really crave pasta, and like I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna eat those things, and I don't feel guilty about that. Start of my day. It's a mental performance shot that's supposed to make you think better and faster while reducing stress. I take Magic Mind for 7 days straight to see whether it could make a difference in my daily life, and let's talk about the results. First off, I wasn't expecting this, but the flavor of this is actually really good. It's got this refreshing, slightly earthy, a little spicy flavor, and especially if you're a fan of matcha, you're gonna love this. And it's not just the taste. Over the span of a week, I have noticed a huge difference in my stress and productivity. With so much things on my plate every day, I often feel stressed and easily distracted. But after using Magic Mind, I feel like on the days that I use it, my brain is literally like It's operating at like 120%, like 150% capacity. I'm so excited about this drink that I texted hubby raving about it, and now we love drinking it at the start of our day. How I got to know about Magic Mind is they reached out to me first, sent me a few shots and see if I like it before sponsoring this video. And I remember that after just a few days, I emailed them back and told them that, hey, this stuff is amazing. I don't care if you pay me. I just love to work with you. I just love to tell people about this. Magic Mind is 100% carbon neutral, and they also donate every 5 cents to each bottle sold to charities that support the homeless community. And if you're still on the fence, they also have 100-day no questions asked refund policy. Next habit is I stop eating when I'm full. Canada 8 years ago, I was really shocked when I see a North American portion. Okay, you guys' portions are crazy. You guys' portion are like literally 3-4 times bigger than like Asian portion. Of course, there are times, like I'm not gonna say that I never like stuff myself. I never like eat to the point that I'm so full. Like, of course, there are times that I have, or something like that. Don't take like these numbers like too hard. Like I don't know exactly how much calories I consume because I never measure my calorie intake. Like I said, I don't believe in calorie counting or calorie restriction. So yeah, I think a lot of it has to come down to food abundance mindset. I know a lot of people think that, oh, like I pay a lot for this meal, like I better like make my money worth and like finish everything on my plate. Or maybe your upbringing with your parents telling you to always finish your plate and never waste food kind of affect your eating habit now. Or the food, however much it is, I just eat till the point that I'm satisfied because I respect my body, and that's like my body telling me that, hey, you're full, like if this is enough, stop eating. I want to listen to that and like respect that need of my body. That feeling when you stuff yourself and like after eating and you stand up and you're like, oh my god, now I don't want to do anything. I don't eat food. I think binging is, of course, we all know that it's very unhealthy. So listening to that voice in my head that like, it's enough. Like I think intuitively, my body knows exactly how much food I need. I recently read this research/book that said that when we were born, like our genes basically already determine the weight that we prefer to stay in. Overeat. Don't stuff yourself. Don't eat when you don't have to. And I think it's gonna keep you metabolically healthy. It's gonna keep you looking your best and feel your best. That leads me to intermittent fasting. So I think growing up, I didn't really do intermittent fasting, and I don't think teenagers should be doing intermittent fasting either. So if you're a teenager and you're still growing, don't watch this video. This video is not for you. This video is for adults who have already finished growing, okay? So intermittent fasting, there's a lot of benefits that comes with intermittent fasting. If you just search any videos on YouTube, you know how much it can help your body. It heals your body. Most people, I think, we naturally fast for 8 hours at night when we go to bed, when we emotionally eat. I think that when you use food to numb yourself and to like cope with your emotions, it's not healthy. Recently, I've been like really appreciating the perfectionist part in me, and the perfectionist part in me is like, I love my body so much. I cherish and value my body so much, you know, and I want to give it the best thing possible in life, the best possible habits, so that my body can function at its best, so that I can feel my best. I just don't think that like emotional eating is a good thing. I think it's very important to work on your relationship with food. I know if you're stressed or when you have a long day, but it is actually so much better if you just like take some time to be mindful and like process those emotions and be there with your body and listen to your body, listen to how your heart is feeling. If it helps, you can also like journal, talk to friends, never go on a diet. I don't believe in diet. Diets rarely work. We know it from research. I don't remember the exact number, but like up to 90 or 95% of people who go on diet will regain all their weight back or even more. And the worst is like the yo-yo diet, when you like go on a diet, lose weight, and then gain weight again, and then you go on a diet, and then you keep going through that cycle again and again and again. And it's just incredibly harmful to your body. Don't go on a diet, but make healthy habits your lifestyle. Or like what I mean by processed food is basically anything in a package with the ingredients. I eat processed food and I see no problem with it. I had the microwave dinner. So there was a time that was my eating habit. But I think the reason why I didn't gain weight eating them because I still had them like in very like low. And there's nothing wrong with that. You should never value money more than your body. Listen to your body. I want to keep coming back to that because all of this is not the habits to like stay skinny. Like being skinny or thin is not really your goal. It's not really the end goal. The end goal is to be healthy, right? The end goal is to feel the best you could ever feel. Habit. Mindset is huge. I love talking about mindset here on my channel because it's literally the building blocks to everything. My body, if losing weight is your goal right now, start telling yourself the belief that you want to have. Keep repeating that belief until it becomes your self-concept. My next habit is don't make food become the focus, the focal point in your day. I think I only think about food during mealtime. I know people who are counting calories, who are very restrictive with their food intake, and their minds are so preoccupied with food. When it's the case, it's so hard to have a healthy relationship with food. So just try to fill your days with activity that you love, that gives you satisfaction and pleasure that you would normally get from food. Get the same satisfaction from like having a hobby or like working on something that you're passionate about. Basically make your life so full and so fun that food is just like something that you think about at mealtime. Like other than that, you just don't think about food. My next habit is to always educate yourself on health, fitness, and wellness. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more power you have to make educated choices for your body. Making healthy choices for your body is an act of love. Who respect herself very much, so I'm not going to engage in activity that is not in alignment with that. Other habit is I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't vape. My next habit, which is be active, stay active, move around a lot. I feel like one micro habit that I do is like I'm very expressive with my hands. Like I use my hand a lot when I talk, and I think that actually help burn a lot of calories compared to just like sit and talk like this. All these like micro movements in the day, it really adds up. I work out 3 to 4 times a week. I like taking walks. I do Pilates. I do hot yoga. I do cardio at the gym. I'm very happy with my exercise regimen. And I think that since I start exercising, I actually feel so much, usually empty, but I'm trying to change that. I want to fill my fridge with more fruits and vegetables. I wanted to make this video because I always see comments that say, oh, you have my dream body. I want to be skinny like you. Some people even use me as a thin inspo. I don't think it's healthy though. Don't do that.
So there you have it, someone who's a disgusting person teaching little girls unhealthy habits, a very evil person. I mean, damn, this evil person actually is very educated and gives some good advice. If this is what's evil and disgusting to you, then I should consider it a compliment. And don't worry, I highly encourage all of you to watch the full video. In fact, I will provide the link in the description. Yes, I provide links. Unlike some people. It's my body, my choice, unless someone actually does something to her body just to look more beautiful and presentable. It's my body, my choice. Yet the moment someone chooses cosmetic surgery, dyes their hair, or gains or loses weight, the same people who preach freedom start shaming them. That hypocrisy shows how conditional our so-called acceptance really is. This contradiction reveals how powerful cultural beauty standards are. Instead of celebrating personal choice, we punish people for making choices that reflect those very standards we helped create. The truth is that every individual should decide what to do with their own body, whether that's changing it, decorating it, or leaving it exactly as it is without needing approval from strangers or society. You all might be wondering, why am I hell-bent on defending this girl? She doesn't even know I exist. The truth is I don't know, or rather I do know, and don't want to admit it, Clara looks eerily similar to a girl I knew about. I did not know her personally, but the things I heard about her, the horrible things that happened to her haunts me till this day. I want to erase that memory from my mind. I feel rage knowing that those monsters inflicted so much pain and suffering on her. I sleep with the lights open, shaking in my bed, my eyes filled with tears covering my ears as I hear her screams for help. A deep sadness fills my heart whenever I see her pictures. Her smile beautiful yet haunting, knowing what this innocent ray of sunshine went through. And Clara's smile eerily looks like her beautiful, yet haunting, knowing that she looks like that girl. Thank you for watching.